Okay, so now to put this stuff into a Google Sheet. All right, first of all, I want to show you something that you can do with this, just so you know, working as a group won't, you won't end up having to do all the work. So if I look at all changes made in this, and I've just kind of been messing around with this today so I can have something to change. If you look at this, see I just clicked on a previous version. That's when I started. And then I look and you can see what I've done. Go back now. But anyway, just so you know, you can see what every person did at any point in time. And also if you mess something up and want to go back to a previous version, you can do that. But I can also see that because this is shared with me. So just so you know, that's why I have you working as groups, because I can actually look at that and not one person's going to end up doing all the work. In fact, one person should not end up doing all the work. Everybody needs to be kind of equally represented on that. You don't have to all be in the document at the same time either. One person can do something, another person can go back in and edit, etc. So just to kind of show you different features of spreadsheets first, if you look down here at the bottom, this is going to be these sheets. If I were to click plus, that brings me a whole new sheet. You're not going to, I don't think you're going to need to do that in this particular spreadsheet, but just so you know, it's an option. And you can change the color, you can rename it, you can do all different kinds of things like that. If you have a whole bunch, you can look at them like that. All right, let's look at some other things up here. Well, first, let's just get started. By the way, these are called columns, the up and down, the A, B, C, D, and then the numbers are rows. They come together to form a single cell. All right, so let's start right here. We're going to start off with time. Normally I would write this out, but I want to make sure y'all know the symbols for things. By the way, our time, if we were to think about a graph, the axes, your input would be your time. When you're making charts that you're going to graph, you put your input first and then your output second, kind of like you would a function, like in math. So I'm going to put our input, our independent variable, is time. It's going to be t, and it's measured in seconds in parentheses. And then our output is going to be your vertical position, because that's what depends on time. That's your dependent variable, your output. So that's going to be y lowercase, and then that is measured in, now you measured this in centimeters. Now you're eventually going to find your instantaneous velocity, which if you've not watched the video on that, I definitely suggest you do that. And it's going to be in centimeters per second. And you're going to have your instantaneous acceleration. That's going to be in centimeters. Whoops, centimeters. Now, if I'm putting this in and you don't understand it, you are setting yourself up for failure. I will find out eventually, and it will not be good for you. So if you don't understand what all this stuff is, I'm posting stuff, you need to figure it out, or you need to get in contact with me and tell me you don't know so I can send you resources. Okay, so let's look at your time. Well, you know that you started at 0. That's when your watch started, your stopwatch. Now I'm going to show you how to calculate the time. I'm going to do it over here just under my picture that I brought over to show you guys. So I know my total time is 1.63 seconds. I want to know the time interval, like how often the little ticker timer clicked. So I'm going to divide this number by my number of dots. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that's actually a little bit more than what I had over here. I didn't count correctly. So I've got 7 dots. Just we're going to pretend there's 7 dots. And I apologize for the noise in the background. That's my dog and her favorite toy. Hang on. Okay, sorry about that. I think I got the toy away from her. So anyway, so I've got 7 dots. I've got this much time. I'm going to hit equals. Equals is how you tell the spreadsheet that you want it to behave as a calculator. Oh, she found it. Sorry. I apologize. My dog is crazy. So I'm going to go 1.63. That's the seconds, and I'm going to divide. That's your forward slash. Notice as I'm typing this in, it's up here as well. A forward slash divided by, how many dots do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dots. Okay, so that gives me a number. That gives me my time. It is a very specific time. And a lot of you got something like that. By the way, your number is going to be different than this. This is like all kind of made up that I'm doing. It doesn't really even make a whole lot of sense. Let's see. So I'm gonna decrease the decimal places. You can increase and decrease. I'm gonna decrease this just to something a little bit more manageable like that. I just want to show you that's possible. Now, a lot of you were just typing this under here. That's good. Some of you wanted to know how to copy and paste. What I'm gonna do, I'll show you how to, you can't copy and paste this. Like, look, if I were just to go copy and I were to go paste, see when I click on this, if I look up here, that gives me a formula. You don't want that because when you do the whole drag and drop thing, it's going to give you strange numbers. So you do not want that. What you're going to want is, I'm going to go over here, I'm going to copy this, copy, and I'm going to paste special. You just want the values. See how that gives you this nice huge number? All right, and I want this to be all the same, so I'm going back up here to decrease decimal places, and I'll increase it like to the third decimal place. Now, this is the part that a lot of you liked, but some were finding tricky. What I'm doing is, I'm coming over here, I'm clicking on this, and I'm holding down my button, your left click button, and I'm dragging this up, and then I let go of both. Now, then if I come over here and mouse over this little dot until I get a plus sign, now I'm gonna click and hold down and then drag this. I know that I had 7 dots, so I'm gonna put this down to 9, and that'll give me 1.6. That's correct. The reason why I did that is because I have this in my first, this in my second, so I know that I need, starting here, there need to be 7 dots. So anyway, but wait, I started with 0, so is that right? Yeah, actually that is right, because look, if I like numbered these, this would be 0, this would be 0.2 whatever, this would be like 0.4 whatever, 0.6 whatever, 0.9, 1 point, okay, wait, 0, 2, 4, 6, 9, 1.64, 1.39. Oh, that's not right, is it? Okay, so anyway, stop it, Paisley. Sorry, my dog. Anyway, so wait, that doesn't seem quite right. And it's not. I'm going to go ahead and run with this. I'm wondering if some of y'all can figure out, you know, I can't just give you the answer in a video, please. Okay, I want you to figure out what you're actually measuring. Sorry about the starting and stopping and words getting chopped off. My dog will not stop barking. All right, so anyway, like I was saying, figure out what you were actually measuring in this. But I'm just going to use these numbers to show you how to use the spreadsheet. And that's kind of what a lot of y'all did in class. But think about it. Okay, so now let's look at your position. You know that your final position is 0. And since you've already measured this, this should be pretty easy. We went to what, 3.8? Notice I am not putting units in this part of it. This part's like a calculator. These are just your like titles, like your headings. But this is like what you would put into a calculator. You don't put units in a calculator, I'm pretty sure. I don't like calculators, but you know. Okay, 7, let's see, 9.4. Okay, 11.3. Well, shoot, see how I just messed that up and I skipped one? That's no big deal. Let me show you how to fix that. I highlighted both of them, and see, now I have the little hand thing, and I just moved it down. Isn't that nice? Okay, and then we're going to have 12.5. Okay, and then, I think I skipped one. 0, 3.8, 7, 9.4, 11.3. Oh, that's 13.3. I didn't see that down there, 13.3. But wait, still the problem. That is so strange. I'm just going to leave that blank. I bet you guys can figure that out. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stop this one. This is what you pretty much should have had done in class. Seriously, on this, I am tricking you. I did trick you in class because, you know, that's what I do. Because I really want you to think about what's happening. You need to be able to challenge me and say, wait, miss, you're telling me the wrong thing. Who knows? Maybe I'm actually wrong. Maybe I'm not tricking you. But on this one, I'm messing with you. So, but look, one more time. What are you actually measuring? Okay.